right, just got to Cades Cove. It's busy. It's a Monday, so I was hoping it wouldn't be as busy, but I guess could be worse. But I'm gonna head up Anthony Creek, the Spence Field tonight. And somebody has been naughty. So they got a bear trap set up right in the picnic area, which, you know, look at all these people. How can you resist the smell of steaks and burgers? So, all right, so I'm gonna head up that way towards Spence Field and take you along with me. All right, I made it up to campsite 9 on Anthony Creek, just a few miles up from where I parked. And yeah, it's just a slow climb. Well, it's pretty rocky, so gonna just grab a bite here and take about a 15-minute break. And I know it gets a little steeper right after the campsite, and I'll be climbing the Bote Mountain and then Bote Mountain up to the AT and staying at Spence Field tonight. I'm hoping to get there early enough to where I can hike up the rocky top and maybe catch a sunset or something. So I'll see when I get there, but beautiful so far, and I already feel my body just decompressing. It's just like therapy out here in the woods. It's great. Only saw a couple people, so yeah, just clearing my mind. I'm eating a Rice Krispie treat. Feel like we're getting close to the top. All right, woo! That was a climb. I feel like it gets harder and harder. That's the third time I've done that. Like 1.7 from Anthony Creek up to the AT on Bote Mountain, and yeah, it just gets harder and harder. I really need to chug some electrolytes. My legs are feeling it, but I want to check out the water source situation at Spence Field first. So I'll catch you down at the shelter, point 2. All right, I got all set up in the shelter. Now I'm trying to book it up the rocky top, and that's where I'm going to eat my dinner and hopefully catch an awesome sunset. Weather looks really clear, so I am tired though. But I took most of the stuff out of my pack, so hopefully that'll help out. But check out that view. Yeah, buddy. I bet you I could just chill here. So, Rocky Top is up there somewhere. This is where I'm gonna eat. I think if I get too high, it's still a little breezy here. If I get up the Rocky Top, it might be too breezy to cook. So this might be a good compromise. Good morning. I'm heading out of Spence Field shelter, heading back to the AT. I'm gonna go back to that overlook and kind of reevaluate. I just found out last night that I'm an idiot. Well, I've always known that, but my battery pack, which I charged for like 12 hours the night before, is like dead, and my phone battery's like on 10%. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this whole trip with just 10% phone battery the next 3 days. So I make some decisions. This is basically not just for videoing, which I would love to video this trip, but it's also my SOS, you know, keeping in touch with people and in case I get in trouble device. So I'll get up to that overlook and reevaluate and decide if I want to head out. I mean, technically I could head out and charge in my car and go do some other trails I've never done, but we'll see. All right, so I'm on the Bote Mountain Trail heading down. I pulled the trigger. I have like 15% battery on my phone, and my charger is not, or my battery bank, I should say, is not actually have any energy in it. So after charging it for 12 hours, so I've learned some valuable lessons on this overnight hike in the Smokies. Always double, triple check your gear. And this will probably be the last time I'm hiking Bote Mountain and Anthony Creek for a long time. So I think next time I come down and try to get Jenkins Ridge and Eagle Creek, I'm just gonna come in from the North Carolina side. Yeah, sucks. Jeez. I mean, it's been a beautiful hike, and last night was really nice. The moon was out, heard some owls, and yeah, so on the way down, just to keep things interesting, I am going to not go down Anthony Creek because there was a yellow jacket's nest, and I ran into some people on horses, and they were stinging the horses, and one of them said they got bucked off. So I'm going to avoid the yellow jacket nest, and I'm going to go a little bit further down Bote Mountain, down Lead Cove, and then Crib Gap over to my truck, just to, you know, if I'm going to be out here hiking, might as well hit a different trail or two on the way back. Yeah, I guess I should just kind of clarify on, you know, I am now allergic to bees, yellow jackets, I'm not sure, but I got stung by a bee a couple times, a honeybee, and then I ended up in the ER. So I like to have my phone with me because it kind of serves as my SOS device, just in case I get in trouble, especially when I'm out here alone. So that's kind of played into my decision to kind of, you know, if I'm not going to have my phone available and working with that emergency feature, then I don't know. Maybe it's all in my head. But all right, it made it down to the Lead Cove Trail, so it's 1.8 down the Laurel Creek Road, and then I believe like another around 2 miles back to the Cades Cove parking lot where my truck is. So I'm gonna take a nice little break here and just enjoy the last few miles. Then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do from here on out. Currently on Lead Cove. Beautiful trail. Heading up Crib Gap. I have a little less than 2 miles back to the truck. But yeah, I keep thinking about, you know, my Smokies trips. This will be for the ones where I started videoing. This will be my 20th. But just keep thinking about all the like mishaps that I have on Smoky trips and not really any other backpacking trips I go on. I mean, I live about 4.5-5 hours from the Smoky, so I don't know if I just kind of like throw my stuff in a bag and say, you know, if things go wrong, I can just go home. I don't know if it's like a safety blanket or not, but yeah, I'm just, you know, this trip, my I really did think I had my battery bank charged up, and I'm running on about 2% right now, so this will probably be the last video so I get to my truck and can charge my phone. But so that was kind of the call there. And I was gonna do this trip in September, but yellow jackets were really bad, and I didn't want to risk getting stung because I'm allergic to stings. So you know, and then supposedly there are still yellow jackets out, talking to people. And the trip where my headlamp didn't work would start pouring on me in the middle of the night, and I got soaked. All my gear got soaked, so that was kind of a bummer. I had another one where my fuel can was empty pretty much. I barely cooked one hot meal, and I was on like a 3-day trip, so I was able to finish that one. I just didn't eat or drink anything hot the rest of the trip. And then, oh yeah, I twisted my ankle literally like 300 feet from my car, really bad, on the Nolan Divide Trail. And I just basically turned around and drove home and iced it. I couldn't have hiked on it. So that one, not really my fault. But the other 3, yeah, just kind of curious. And why that happens here in the Smokies and not on any other trips. But I'll keep coming down here. Hopefully I'll learn from my mistakes and you know, be able to just kind of hike in these trails, because I do love it here. So we're heading up right now a little bit. But yeah, I gotta quit like beating myself up about it and just know I'm gonna do it right next time. So unless I see anything really cool, like I said, I have really low on battery on my phone, and I'll just see you at the trail. Of course, hanging out by the hot dogs and hamburgers. Thank gosh I'm heading in the other direction, so I'm now leaving Cades Cove. That was I saw the bear like right as I was done. I was walking to the picnic area and I looked down, and it was in one of those sewage drains that go run under the roads, and it was looking up at me, and it took off across the creek. And I did get some footage of him, but yeah, it's a naughty little bear causing trouble in the campground. So I'm gonna off to find some food and beer